Hi, everyone. Welcome to Lower Blood Pressure Naturally. This is the potassium edition. And in the periodic table, potassium is listed as K for an old middle-aged word, kalium. That's what they called it, which then became potash. And now we say as potassium. So let's just go ahead and get started here. Potassium in the body. What are the functions? Potassium is a mineral and it functions as an electrolyte in our body. So it's very important that we keep it in balance. It, like calcium, helps with our nerve to nerve function and it helps muscles to contract. It also helps that heartbeat stay regular. So if you get too little or too much calcium, you can have irregularities with the heartbeat. It moves nutrients into cells and the waste products out of cells. And a diet rich in potassium helps offset some of the harmful effects of sodium. So they've had to increase our recommendations for potassium as our sodium intake has increased with our diet of uh, foods from restaurants and fast foods and all of our processed foods that we're eating. So we're now having to up our potassium recommendations to offset that. So the recommendations are currently 3,400 to 4,700 milligrams per day. And they do recommend that you get closer to that 4,700 milligrams for most people, again, to help offset the amount of sodium that we are taking in. So, potassium and high blood pressure. Eating more potassium allows you to lose more sodium through your urine. So, that's an important feature of getting enough potassium in the diet. Potassium also helps ease the tension in your blood vessel walls, so it helps them to vasodilate. Increasing potassium through the diet is recommended for adults who have blood pressure over that 120 over 80, which is the goal recommended blood pressure, who are otherwise healthy. If you have kidney disease or any other type of disease that might affect your kidneys or are on medications that affect your kidneys, you would probably want to check with your doctor um, about the decision to take any type of potassium supplements or get too much food that contains potassium in your diet, because when our kidneys are compromised, we're not able to excrete the potassium. And again, if that potassium level goes up in our body, we can have those heart arrhythmias. And that is just information from heart.org if you're interested in obtaining more information. So, to finish off with the slide, what are some potassium rich food sources? So, in order to get that 3,400 to 4,700 milligrams per day, you really do need to eat a large variety of foods each day that contain potassium. And I've just listed some of them here. You can kind of go through. But I just wanted to recommend that maybe you keep coconut water at your house or you drink that after a workout. You can also drink it, before bed if you are light on the amount of potassium that you have taken in for the day. But 1 to 2 glasses of coconut water per day can help bump up that potassium level that you're taking in. I'm going to go ahead and stop the share on this slide and share another screen. If you've been out to our group site for lower blood pressure naturally, and this is in our virtual gym, you click on the lower blood pressure group. You should all have access to that. You can see that I've put out some different information. I'm up at the top of the scroll here. But I do like to recommend this Powerhouse Potassium Smoothie. It's a great way to increase the amount of potassium you're getting in during the day, and it actually contains so many potassium rich foods. So I make this one at home, and you can go online to the site and look up the recipe there. Or I'll just tell you how I make it. I get my high-speed blender out. I put in 1 cup of coconut water, 1/2 cup of orange juice, and then I go ahead and throw in a cup of spinach, 1 soft avocado. I throw in then a banana and a cup of frozen mango. And this recipe is in your booklet as well. Now, generally I'll cut this in half and maybe even into a third, but the full serving with all of those ingredients is over about 2,200 milligrams of potassium. So if you do split this with someone or save half for later, you're still going to get over about 1,000 milligrams of potassium. So just a great way to sneak potassium into your diet. And again, when you look at your booklet, on those pages, let's see, I think it's starts on page 6. I have a lot of important nutrient food sources of the nutrients that we need to help lower and maintain our blood pressure in a healthy range. And if you look at the columns there, one of the columns is potassium that we will be tracking. And I've highlighted in yellow in those columns foods that are rich in potassium. So you can find those there on page 6 and 7. And then when you move on to page 8, 9, and 10, I have recipes such as this smoothie and others that can help bump up that potassium intake for the day. So that's all I have to share with you today. Keep working diligently on lowering that sodium and increasing calcium and potassium, and that should help to bring that blood pressure down. Thanks for watching.